Believe, die Liebe ist eine wildes Tier. Okay, well, now that we've established a good warning for everyone that my voice is epilepsy for your ears, and this is going to be horrible, practiced it like a couple times. I'm going to do my best to try to sing Amour by Rammstein. I'm also going to do the Boulevard of Broken Dreams song and Can't Be Erased. Yeah, I'm terrible at singing. I enjoy singing, but I'm really bad at it. I also enjoy video games. Also really bad at that. But then again, my channel only has one thing that's consistent about it. A complete lack of any professionalism. Basically, I'm just a guy who likes Let's Plays, likes rambling his computer. Hell, the whole point is it's just a hobby. Granted, a very obsessive hobby. But I just like making cringe videos on YouTube. And if anything, I at least succeed at that. But I enjoy Let's Plays, I enjoy anime, I enjoy various VTubers. There's several of them I think are very amazing. I enjoy watching, a lot of times I'll just catch VODs or clips. It's very rare I'll catch a live stream. Heck, I don't think I've been on Twitch even viewing anyone for about a year or so. Heck, I'm still going to eventually make a VTuber model, but I don't think I'll ever be on Twitch with it. Heck, I don't think I'm planning to go back on Twitch at all ever again. Not that I have any problem with Twitch, it's just about to say it's a bunch of ads, but at the same time, YouTube's starting to be a little more ad heavy. It's like, oh, do I need YouTube Premium? I don't know. I mean, heck, I'm not even getting paid by YouTube, let alone going to pay YouTube. So I'm not going to pay for YouTube Premium just because that's, I don't know. I'd rather spend that money on a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut or something. That sounds good. I think I want to get that later. Maybe some sweet Asian, the sweet chili sauce wings too. Yeah, sounds good. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy watching quite a few VTubers, though I really don't catch people's live streams. But heck, a lot of people do the meme react stuff, and that's pretty funny. Though I tried to do reaction stuff at one point, but one, of course, I don't use VTuber model yet. But even that was just kind of depressing. It was Noah Get the Boat stuff, and I was like, that was just depressing. But yeah, I just do this as I like making videos, even though they're horrible. But I just like doing it. I like rambling at my computer. I never want this to be a job. Granted, I don't have any issue. I think it's awesome that other people make money for it. Heck, there's this bald British guy. He lives in, some part of England, of course. But every time he gets a donation, I'm raising my fist and cheering him on like it's a damn rock concert. But it's just not for me. Like I said, I've never been monetized, never going to be monetized. I've never made a cent. I don't think I'll ever make a cent. I mean, I'd rather not. At least not from this stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't want sponsors or a Patreon or super chats or any of that stuff. I'm just a crazy guy who wants to ramble at his computer and talk about various things or whatever's on my mind, or play video games and yell at the Super Meat Boy and stuff, or try to sing. Like I said, I can't sing worth a crap. I'm a terrible singer. My voice is awful to listen to. But I do want to try to encourage people to sing and to talk about their feelings, or just be more, of course, talk to people you trust in real life, but if not, you can ramble at a computer screen like I do. If it makes you feel better. Main point is just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's why people should write out scripts or something. The only thing I thought of, hey, I'll start a tiny bit of the song Amour, and so everyone knows how terrible it's going to be. And like I said, I've been thinking about the whole Japanese language thing. But I don't really want to give up on trying to mess around with the German stuff, especially the Rammstein stuff. And I'm you know what? What if I make that sort of a thing I do? Just be trilingual. What if I just learn not just Japanese, but also German? Learn German and Japanese. I could know 3 languages. I already know one of those 3 languages, English. Now I just have to learn the other two languages. Yes, that's a very simple thing to do. Just to learn two whole languages at the same time when you don't know either of them. You don't even know the damn hiragana yet. I mean, you initially were wanting to try to get the Japanese stuff about a year ago, and you just... Well, I mean, I'm very fluent in procrastination, apparently. I don't know. But I'm going to try to just sing more in German here, and then I'll just, of course, sing Boulevard Broken Dreams and the Bendy song. Well, those are English songs, but I think a lot of songs, whether they're in English, Japanese, or German, I want to be able to do them in all three languages. So ideally, like the German songs from like Rammstein, I'd want to be able to sing it in German, but I want to be able to sing it in English and in Japanese. So of course I'd have to probably try to translate it, the German, of course, into English. That's pretty, it's already out there on the internet. But I had to use like Google Translate to translate Rammstein's German into Japanese, and then use Google Translate's little speaker button to understand how to pronounce it. I don't know. So basically I want to try to sing Rammstein songs in German and in English and in Japanese. I also want to sing songs like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, the Benny song, a bunch of Metallica, like The Memory Remains, or Linkin Park, Korn. Struggling to think of bands, apparently. But, that sort of stuff. I'd want to try to sing in English, of course, but also in German and in Japanese. And, of course, there's various Japanese songs, like for the Slayers anime. A lot of the intro songs were pretty awesome from the 1995. Like the show of Lean Inverse, and Zealous Metallia, Managa, and Amelia, and all that. And of course, that's Japanese. Same way with like the songs from like Ghost in the Shell, or Tokyo Ghoul, or lots and lots of other Japanese anime. I mean, there's like literally probably millions at this point. I mean, how much anime exists? How many good anime songs are there? Probably lots. More than I can think of right now. But like, imagine if I were to sing a Japanese anime song. One, like take the songs from like Ghost in the Shell, Slayers, or Tokyo Ghoul, or any of those. Like, what if I were to take Japanese anime songs, and of course sing them in Japanese, but also, what if I were to, sing the Japanese anime songs in English, and also sing them in German? What if I were to translate the Japanese anime songs into German, and then sing the Japanese song in German, but also sing the Japanese song in English? So I'm like, wanting to learn songs from 3 different languages and sing them not only in their native language, but also in the other languages. But like I said, I don't know how much improvement I'll ever make, but as you guys are about to hear, at least in my German pronunciation, there's lots of room for improvement. This is going to be horrible. I mean, I've practiced it like a couple times. I do really awful at trying to time this with Till. But I'm going to try to sing in German here. Part 1 is of like... Now, granted, I think I'll put this video in a whole new playlist. Call it like Trilingual. The idea of wanting to do things in 3 different languages. And I guess part of the experience will be maybe seeing from video to video how I improve over time I would say improvement in my singing, but at this point I haven't improved in singing with all the terrible karaoke, so I guess that's never going to happen, but I still enjoy singing. I like it. I like singing. I like music. But maybe over time I'd improve in pronunciation with German, and of course, comprehension. Because like I said, I feel like what I would want to do is I want to actually be fluent in German and Japanese, but I don't know either language. I can't even pronounce Japanese correctly. And you're like, well, you can't pronounce German correctly. I can pronounce German with the King's English, or whatever that would be. Everyone's like, that's not even the proper kind of saying for anything. It's like, what is this, Team 4 Stars Goku? It's like, how do you function? It's like, I eat my pants one leg at a time. Eat that horse, Vegeta. Right with... Everyone's like, you're quoting it wrong. I don't know. Snickers bar? Like, what? I still want to see a cooler movie for Dragon Ball Super. I want a Dragon Ball Super cooler movie. And I want, like, Yamcha versus Frieza at some point. And Yamcha uses Kaioken. Still gets his ass beat. But we have, like, the team. Like, I want Akira Toriyama to, like, sort of contract the animators for Baki the Grappler just for the Yamcha versus Frieza fight. And I want Yamcha to at least, like, knock a tiny bit of blood out of Frieza's lip, like the whole Thanos fight. Or whatever. Something. I don't know. And Frieza be like, all that for a drop of blood or something. Though, of course, they did have a little bit of Yamcha and Frieza interactions in the whole Dragon Ball FighterZ game. But if we play off of that, I mean, at that point, are we going into a romance arc? It's like, oh, Frieza now has boobs and is in a relationship with Yamcha. Frieza's become good or something. I don't know. Everyone's like, that's not how that works. Also, everyone needs to, to wipe out mental images that you put there. I'm like, well, I mean, you get plenty of root beer. I'm like, it's like, that's not strong enough. Like, well, there's root beer, like Barks root beer and Pepsi, and I mean, if they get extra sauce in the sweet Asian chili wings you get from Pizza Hut, you can just drink that sauce out of the... That's not how that works! Okay. Anyway, so I think at this point we've thoroughly established that everything that is my channel is just terrible cringe, but that's just me being myself. So, yeah. But I think in the future I would like to, I want to take these English songs and sing them in English and in German and in Japanese. I want to take the German songs and sing them in German, English, and Japanese. I want to take the Japanese anime songs. Though, of course, there's other Japanese songs that's not... No, not all of Japanese music revolves solely around anime. I mean, heck, there's a lot of Japanese city pop that you've listened to over the past. And there's... You know what I think I'll also do in this playlist? I'll also save actual videos from other YouTube stuff of just the songs I want to do. So, of course, I'll put the Rammstein Boulevard song and Bendy song probably in the playlist after this. I'll put a link to part 1 of the Amour stuff. Heck, there's a part 3 out of 2. I guess it would be me doing this better in German, and in English, and in Japanese. I don't know how this is going to work. I at least think I'll make this video into a new playlist, where it'll be videos involving me trying to sing something in 3 different languages. Now, of course, this is only going to have German and English, and it's not going to have an English version of Amour. And my German rendition of Amour is going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. It's going to be the worst cover of Amour imaginable. Now, the part 1 of 2, I'll put that link in the description. It's going to be me sounding out the words of the German song badly. But at least it might be easier to hear me, and I might pronounce it better because I'm not trying to sing it. I don't know, maybe in the future I could also do additional videos like that where I try to just sound out the words I'm going to be singing, but just speaking them. That way, if I'm saying it in a clear way, people who speak the native languages, like maybe like in the part in the, you know, especially since the Bendy song, why not? Fine, fuck it. We'll put 3 links in the description. Link 1 will be the part 1 of 2 thing where I sounded out the words for the Amour song. And I'll also put a link for the time I did the Bendy song like a year and a half ago or so, where I did like a 13.5-hour stream where I cried so much I started then vomiting and not. Apparently, human bodies only handle so much stress before they start to freak out. Whatever. And then I also put a video where like I put my laptop in a car and I just sort of screamed with my. And my car radio was at full blare, so it would be the worst audio quality possible. So definitely, I'll put like I'll put like a no headphones warning next to that, because it's just. But then that's another thing I was trying to get across in that video, is like the idea that, one, I want to encourage other people to sing. No matter how bad you are at singing, I want you to express yourselves. And two, I feel it's important for people to find ways to talk about and express their feelings. Like, it's important to express yourself. I mean, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, I think it's important to express yourself. And of course, if there's ways, like, say if there is something wrong in your life, it's always best to try to, fix that problem and have actual solutions. But also sometimes it's just, a lot of times people just want to feel like somebody cares, feel like somebody's listening. It's more than just wanting to feel heard. It's wanting to feel that your thoughts, feelings, concerns, anxieties, that your thoughts are being taken, that your concerns, your feelings, that they have value, that I don't know how to say this. But, I mean, you guys know what I mean, right? The idea that people want somebody to talk to and want to feel heard and stuff like that. Like, I imagine other people feel that way about things. So maybe this is relatable, or maybe I'm just fucking insane. Or maybe it's both. Who knows? It's A, B, C, or D. It's kind of like that picture like with giraffes. It's like you see a bunch of giraffes and a little giraffe, and it's like the giraffe with the shorter neck starves to death. And like, oh, what's this an example of? What kind of evolution? And it's like you just write in the answer, giraffes are assholes. I don't know. There was this one. I'm just trying to be funny, and I know I'm failing. I'm trying to be funny, and I know I'm not. But I'm at least trying, okay? So, yeah. I told you. We're not a humor channel. We're a cringe channel. It's like, granted, it's like, oh, I'm a Let's Play channel, but focus on comedy. No. You're a random person who can't keep a fucking solid train of thought. But it's like you're a fucking train going down the tracks, but you're on 8 different tracks, and you can't stay on any of them. And all of the tracks are cringe. But yeah, I enjoy making cringe videos. Well, it's kind of like I enjoy the idea of being able to well pronounce, foreign languages. But realistically, I know I'm butchering them. But that's the idea. Not the idea of butchering, but I mean the idea that improvement, that maybe over the course of this playlist, we'll be able to like hear me trying to say German and Japanese words, and obviously failing horribly. And over time, as the playlist progresses, I'll be better. Maybe there will come a time where I'm actually, pronouncing and enunciating the German and Japanese words correctly, and I'm also singing them well. Who knows? Maybe I'll get better at singing. I don't know. And like I said, hopefully, like one day I'll actually comprehend and be able to speak fluently in German and Japanese. That being said, realistically, if a person can't speak German or Japanese at all, and they want to, become fluent in both languages, considering you're trying to not just learn, but be good at 2 separate, unrelated languages, and learn them simultaneously. Not only is there a question of what is the ETA on that, like, what is a reasonable, expectation for how long it should take me from going of not knowing the difference between strudel, well, I do know, schnitzel is strudel with meat in it. Just saying, what is the estimated time that it should take reasonably for the average person to be able to go from not understanding German or Japanese at all to suddenly being fluent in both languages? Also, not only is there, like, what is the estimated, like, reasonable amount of time for that? Is that even doable for the average person? Is that even a thing that, I could even do? Is that even possible? Provided I even focus on it. Because a lot of times I'm like, well, and I work a lot too. I tend to do other things. I try to go to the gym. I try to draw, play guitar, work, overtime. At some point I'm trying to sleep. I still watch other people's Let's Plays and anime and listen to music casually and go for walks on bike trails. So I read light novels like Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter and stuff like that. Still recommend Berserk of Gluttony. But yeah, and of course I play various games, sometimes for Let's Plays, and a lot of times I'll play a game just for, me. But it's just, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to make progress on learning German or Japanese. I've had the books on the Japanese for a while, and I feel like the Japanese books are just sitting over there making frowny faces as I continue enunciating German. It's like, you have the books on learning this, why are you learning that? You're not even really learning the words, you're just looking at the translations, typing in each word one at a time to Google Translate and letting it sound out, and then trying to listen to Till Lindemann say it and try to compare. And yeah, this is probably not a coherent or efficient way to do this. Or sane. It's not a sane way to do this. But the idea is, like, maybe one day I would be able to actually understand and speak German and Japanese and actual conversations with people, even if that person only speaks German or only speaks Japanese. But even then, I don't know how long that would take to suddenly be able to speak two brand new languages that you don't know how to speak at all. So, anyway, so over time, I guess we'll hear improvement. Obviously, my rendition that I'm going to be doing now of Amour by Rammstein is from the Rise Rise album. It's probably going to be horrible. Well, probably. It's going to be bad. But maybe in future attempts, we can hear improvements that I make. I don't know. And like I said, I want to try to do things that, like this one. So I'll have various videos of that stuff, and like I said, should I make videos where I just, say the words of the song rather than trying to sing it? Like I said, I'll put 3 links in the description. The first one will be me sounding out the words for Amour. Like, should I do more of those to where you guys, like, especially say with that, somebody who actually speaks German could listen to my enunciation and pronunciation of those words and, tell me exactly how to do it better. Same way when I get to a Japanese song, I could go through the Japanese lyrics and just say each word one by one and how I think it's supposed to be said and try to pronounce it without an accent in the way I think that a just normal Japanese person would say it. And of course, then a person who is actually a native born in Japan who speaks Japanese their whole life can tell me what to do better. And then, of course, like I said, I don't want to take Japanese songs, Japanese anime songs. But of course, there's other music. There's other songs that aren't Japanese. There's Japanese songs that aren't Japanese. There's Japanese songs that aren't anime. Not all Japanese music revolves solely around anime. But of course, that's where most of my exposure is. Other than city pop and I guess most people would consider that lounge music, but I don't think it. Would that consider like the American genre of Motown? I don't know. How does that, I guess they're each their own genre, but I guess how do those compare? I don't know. Everyone's like that. It's like you're comparing, I don't even know what to make, what kind of metaphor. Is that even like a metaphor, analogy? Whatever. I don't know. main point is I would want to take a Japanese anime song, like say the songs from Overlord, which some of those lyrics are in English. So I don't know how that would work. So how should you even do that? Of course, there should be a normal way of doing it, which is, sing the Japanese lyrics in Japanese and sing the English lyrics in English. But then there should be a version that's all Japanese or all English or in German. But yeah, what if I were to take like anime song, like I said, Tokyo Ghoul, or the Slayer songs? But like, take the Tokyo Ghoul song. I forget what it's called. There's a couple of them actually. I could sing it in Japanese. Then I could also translate it to German and sing it in German. And of course, I could sing it in English. All three would be horrible. Heck, I'd probably still mispronounce my own damn language of English. But the main point is trying to learn German and Japanese and singing those songs. Everyone's like, this is the longest fucking half-hour intro in the world. I know! Again, this is probably no reason people write scripts and stuff. But again, I'm not here to be like all professional sounding, like, ooh, I made a script that's all easy to listen to and follow. Like, no, everything I say is going to be horrible and difficult to follow because there's no fucking structure to any of these sentences or thoughts. There is nothing with anything resembling a structure. If my manner of speaking were abridged, Markiplier would be ashamed. He'd be like, no one can live on this. Yes, I'm referencing a video where Markiplier was like looking at bridges people made. I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, I watch a lot of Let's Plays and stuff and VTubers, and I enjoy it. Like I said, at some point I'll make a VTuber model, but I don't know if I'll even use it for anything live. Maybe I'll just use it for like pre-recorded videos and like do just sing-alongs to Korn or something with a VTuber model or something. I don't know, because I'm not even sure how that stuff would really work, because I haven't even made the model yet. I mean, I've tried to look around at some stuff, and honestly, the only thing I've really figured out is that I'm incredibly indecisive, and my every attempt to make any kind of model, it winds up looking terrible. So, I have no natural affinity for this, but I'll get around to it. I've also, again, procrastinating on that because I try to do everything at the same time. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Because like I said, I tend to do what I want to do, and that's the thing. It's like I like not having a structure when it comes to this stuff. I like just be able to do whatever video I want to do. And again, it's not like there's any pressure, like, oh, I have to, say nice things to make my sponsors happy, and I have to get this many super chats and stuff in order to, like, no, it's literally just, this is just something I want to do for fun. I don't want to ever feel that kind of pressure and stress that I have to make a good video. Now, again, it's not like I've made a single good video my entire life. The entire almost 3 years of doing YouTube videos, I know every single video I've done has been awful. It's been low quality everything. Granted, it's been high effort of me yelling, Super Meat Boy and stuff. But like I said, there's nothing professional about this. There's nothing I do that anybody would really want to be associated with. It's like, at that point, it's like, oh, who is Lunar D8? Well, he's that cringy guy who can't sing, who plays video games poorly, who has a world record for the deepest floor, the Binding of Isaac Repentance, Infinite Basements. Yes, I went to floor 9,000 plus in Infinite Basements. I also grinded 9,000 plus deaths in a single Crash Bandicoot 4 level. Both of those took about 40 hours to do. And the Crash Bandicoot thing I had to do all in one sitting, because you can't save that, because why on earth would anyone have a save function for that? And Isaac, even though the timer said like 18 so plus hours, the timer freezes every time you go into a boss fight or, change floors. But, the real world time where, I actually live, time keeps moving. I think that took like 2 to 3 months of me just like 40 plus hours of just Isaac. It's like the most pointless, dumbest fucking world record. Then again, I'm pretty sure at this point if there's a world record for Guinness World Record of the cringiest video on YouTube, I probably have the top 20 spots. And that's the thing. In general, I like making videos for YouTube. I've just sort of accepted that everything I make is the most cringiest crap imaginable. Like, I understand that literally everything I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure I'm coming off as pretentious, as a douchebag, dick, something. I don't know. Great. Not only am I a terrible person, I'm terrible at even insulting myself. Though, to be fair, I usually don't insult other people. Heck, the only person I really ever insult is myself. Then again, that doesn't really count because I'm not really a person. I don't think I can even low self-esteem right. It's like, oh... It's like, oh, here's Lunar. He has horrible self-esteem. But his ability to actually communicate his feelings on just how he feels about it, he isn't able to, effectively convey his feelings. But I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel that way too. Other people probably feel, I don't know, insecure about their appearance, sound of their voice, value as a human being. Any of those things. Main point is this. I assume other people out there probably relate to, having difficulty learning a new language, or feeling that, one, it's difficult to communicate about your feelings and emotions, or open up about things, or just you feel that in general the feelings you have are probably stuff that everyone would be like, oh, that's cringe, or oh, you're just a terrible person, Lunar, or you're just, it's like, on the one hand, I'm like, oh, maybe people relate to how I feel. On the other hand, I'm like, if people relate to how you feel, they should probably go see a doctor. Basically, if you have the same thoughts and feelings as Lunar D8, please seek psychiatric help. And a doctor and a therapist and all that stuff. And also be nicer to yourself. I don't know, this is a very, like I said before, incoherent mess. In general, my channel is just me rambling about stuff and playing games and doing whatever random stuff happens. It's the thing. I just want this channel is a way for me to also even vent, as well as just talk without a filter. And let's be clear, me talking without a filter, I'm a horrible person. I'm a monster. I say horrible, horrible things. Heck, I played Fallout New Vegas, and when I was playing Fallout New Vegas, I started trying to bury people in tumbleweeds because I thought it was funny. And then I accidentally pushed tumbleweed into a motorcycle thing, and it glitched, and it flew. And then the tumbleweed flew off into the stratosphere really fast, and I thought it was hilarious. Or there was a time I was doing the Pumpkin Jack game, and I was like, it had a set way that the developer wanted me to do the puzzle. They wanted me to put one box here and another box there, because I was supposed to hit some sort of button. But I'm stubborn, so I was like, no. I even explained out loud, I understand. You want me to solve the puzzle in this way. That would be much simpler. No, I am going to fucking punch my character into this wall, into a box, repeatedly for 10 minutes, so I can glitch this box onto another box in a way that isn't supposed to physically fucking exist, so that I can then use these boxes as a fucking staircase. Obviously, I'm not supposed to do that. But I did it anyway. It's kind of like the times I play the Tony Hawk games. Most people play Tony Hawk because they're trying to, ooh, look, I'm skating and it's cool, and you do a couple tricks and yeah, I did 360 nollie, front flip waffle copters or something. I don't know. But me, my main goal is this. I want to get into the worst skateboarding accident possible. I want to make my character go high as possible and then fall in the most uncomfortable. I want to where if it was literally an actual video, the game character would be dead. I would play the Crackdown game. The Crackdown game. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but the original Crackdown. So I really liked the whole agility thing, because you got better with agilities, and all of a sudden you're just running down the street, this damn prototype, running through people and climbing up buildings and jumping hundreds of feet in the air. It's awesome. But then I would get the harpoon gun, and I would start harpooning people to the tires of a car, and then I would start driving down the sidewalk over people. Or take Grand Theft Auto 3. You take the tank, and you get a speed cheat, and then you turn around the like tank turret, and you have flying cars, and you get enough speed, and you keep shooting with the turret, so you get enough speed, and all of a sudden your tank is flying through the sky. Or in Saints Row 1, you take the quota car, shoot with a shotgun, flip it over, put a pipe bomb under it, and then you wind up pausing at the right time to where you see like a little bubble from the pipe bomb explosion, and then all of a sudden you unpause and you go flying through the air because you use the quota car, little ticket police thing car. You guys know what I mean. It's usually in just big cities. And I use it like a teeter-totter, catapult, and I fly off in the sky. It was fun. Then I would do the same thing with the Dragon Ball Z Budokai. That in the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai, you did a Kamehameha wave. You could pause at the right exact moment when it hit the person blocking, and you could glitch it past their block. Plus, it made a cool little glitch animation. It looked really cool. I don't know, it's cool to do stuff in games. Like, heck, I have a friend, he would play, like, he was really good at sports games. I don't know, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I assume he would still be good at sports games. But anyway, nobody could beat him at this hockey game. But everyone just played the game to win. However, I never beat him, but I never lost. Because that's the thing, he won every game he played against. Whether he was playing the computer, even on the highest difficulties, and against anybody else, people that took the game seriously. He beat everybody. He won every game. It was a hockey game. And he won every game, whether it was against a person or a computer. I am the only person he could not beat in the game. Now, technically, I never won a game either. But I'm the only person who never lost. And you're like, how does that work? Well, what happened is this. Like in football, you have tackles. Well, in hockey, you have like checking people. Anyway, so in the game, if you keep checking people over and over, the players get injured. So what I would do is I wouldn't focus on actually playing the game. I would focus on just having my characters check his characters over and over until there's too many people injured on both teams, and then the computer, the game itself decides to cancel because it's got a built-in feature that says that anytime too many players on both teams are injured, it just calls the game a draw. So, yeah, he was too good at the game. Nobody could beat him. Nobody ever. He never lost a single game. He was able to get a solid win by a wide margin against anyone, whether it was an AI at the highest difficulty or a person. Me, I just kept tackling his people over and over until the computer just called it a draw. I know, I'm a dick. I told you I'm evil. I eat bacon. I think bacon is delicious. Ice cold Pepsi. I think ice cold Pepsi is absolutely amazing. Forget what we were talking about. Alright, the expression thing. Like I said, one of those videos open up and like it's awful, I'm screaming in a car and stuff. But the point is, I want to try to encourage other people, like, hey, mental health awareness stuff is important. I want people, like, heck, people out there sometimes think that they can, like, obviously it's good to see a therapist and stuff like that, but, mental health is an ongoing thing. Even if you are, a completely healthy person, you should take care of yourself. Whether it's going to the gym, seeing a therapist, eating right, or, all of that, and making sure you get plenty of sleep, not stressing out so much, trying to make sure you have, whatever you need it is to be happy, I guess. Stress is not very good for people. I mean, granted, life is dealing with stress, but you guys know what I mean. And now Lunar D8 is yawning into a microphone. Everyone's like, it's a terrible microphone. I like this microphone. Yes, it's built into a headset I bought for like $30 from the Best Buy, but still, it's like it's at least half a step up from like a Walmart microphone headset thing, which is at least 2 steps up from an Xbox microphone. Everyone's like, Xbox slander. Oh, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But yeah, just in general, I want to encourage people to just, care about their mental health and be nicer to themselves and take care of themselves and, be able to, granted, of course, pick safe environments and people you trust and stuff. Heck, even if you don't have any of that, just walk around your living room and talk to yourself, I guess. And, you know, you can hash out your feelings about things and maybe get to know yourself a bit better. Hey, this is a video about knowing 3 different languages. Now it's devolved into me basically, you know, annoying Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Like, it's like, where'd you get that shit? A self-help book? Yes, I'm making a reference to the end of Final Fantasy VI with the boss fight. Heck, at this point, like, if I'm going to start referencing final bosses from Final Fantasy games, how about the Final Fantasy fight? I do like the art of Final Fantasy VIII quite a bit, to where I think it would be cool to have a 3D version of that to roam around, like for VR stuff, or even just, you guys know what I mean. Like, I did a video called Touch Grass or something, but I do like the like environments in Final Fantasy VIII. I think it'd be cool to like roam that and like, you know, in a 3D way. You guys know what I mean. What was I talking about? Oh, right. If I'm gonna start making jokes about the but like all the Final Fantasies have cool environments and backgrounds. But like Final Fantasy VII, the final boss for Sephiroth, I'm pretty sure everyone remembers those iconic, you know, English Latin lyrics for the One-Winged Angel theme. Bells. I can't even remember how the joke goes. Fuck. Yeah, everyone remembers those classic Latin lyrics for One-Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII's Sephiroth final boss theme. Bells, frogs, big cherries, Tinker Bell, ham and cheese. Sephiroth. Bells, frogs, big cherries, Tinker Bell, ham and cheese. Sephiroth. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about anymore, guys. Anyway, so we've established that everything I touch is cringe. Everything I make, I have like going on like 2,600 videos on YouTube, and every single one of them is just a different flavor of cringe. Then again, heck, I didn't even do my damn intro. Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. And, yeah, I'm a very cringy, annoying, boring person. And I'm about to do some terrible, terrible singing. Where not only will I be bad at singing, but I'm also going to pronounce the entirety of the German language in a horrible fashion. And I'm also probably going to stutter over myself and get lost and not be sure about what word I'm talking about anymore. And in general, just in different languages. But main point being is this. I want to learn to speak and understand and sing and comprehend fluently. You know, I want to speak German and Japanese fluently. And obviously I'm terrible at that. This playlist is going to be videos of me trying to sing stuff in German and Japanese, and even singing German things in Japanese and Japanese things in German, and even singing the English translations of the German and Japanese songs. It's going to be awful, and it's going to be, I'm going to be very bad at it. But we can at least see where I'm at right now, and hopefully I'll make progress in time, and maybe one day I'll be making videos to where I'm actually doing really, really good German and really, really good Japanese. And heck, maybe I'll be singing better in just English. I don't know. But in general, like I said, I think this will be fun. I will enjoy it. Probably no one else will. Probably nobody else will enjoy this. But I will enjoy this. And maybe over a span of maybe years, I will be able to understand and speak German and Japanese. So, I guess step 1 of the journey of 1,000 bloopers? I don't know. So this playlist will be videos of me trying to sing in German, Japanese, and English and translations and stuff, as well as me sharing the videos of, you know, the songs I'm trying to sing. So you can at least hear them in their original language being done well by the actual, like the second video in this playlist will be Amour by Rammstein from their official like YouTube page or something. And so you can hear how awesome Till Lindemann is. And then like next one will be like the Boulevard and then Bendy and stuff. And like I'll add some Slayers and Ghost in the Shell. Maybe Bubblegum Crisis? I don't know. I should try to not get carried away. Sometimes some of my playlists I'll save videos from other stuff that I've been watching because I'm like, hey guys, look at this. I think it's cool. I want to share. And I think like some of my videos I got carried away and shared a couple thousand. So apparently the words excessive and moderation I really do need to look up in a dictionary. I made a joke about that I look, my dictionary doesn't have the word moderation. It's just the word excessive and cringe over and over. But yeah, it's just going to be videos of me trying to be languages and stuff, and videos of the songs that I'm horribly, horribly trying to emulate. Okay, well, let's... Why do I feel nervous? Why do I keep feeling nervous when I do these videos where I'm like, oh, I'm going to sing the song. Like, I already know it's going to be bad. Like, I'd have no expectations for any kind of success here. I am going into this expecting it to be a flaming wreckage of a video. And yet I'm still nervous. And I'm like, ooh, but I want to do good. Like, that's not going to happen. It's like, we know this is bad. We know that our enunciation and our singing is going to be bad. We know this is going to be cringe in every way. Every video we've ever made is cringe. So why do I still feel nervous? Like, you think I wouldn't feel that way after thousands of videos, but no. I'm just same weird asshole. So my singing ability and just me being a terrible person is never going to change. But hey, maybe I'll at least be able to be me. You know, maybe I'll be able to be me in more than one language. You know, I could be Lunar D8, not just in English, but also in German and Japanese. Just starting the song, I'm like, it's like that little, I don't know, butterfly heart feeling thing with your stomach, and everyone's like, how do your organs live? I'm like, I don't know! Die Liebe ist ein wildes Tier, sie atmet diese Nacht. Fuck. Great start. Listet aufgebrochen Herzen, geht auf Jagd bei Kuss und Kerzen. Okay, come on, we have to do a little bit better than that, right? Okay, this is the only redo we get. No matter how bad it is, we keep going. That's what she's... Fuck you! Die Liebe ist wildes Tier, sie atmet, sie sagt nach dir, Tier. Why do I stutter on that so much? Listet aufgebrochen Herzen, geht auf Jagd bei Kuss und Kerzen. Saugt sich fest am deinen Lippen, grabt sich ne Gange durch die Rippen. Lässt sich fallen, weich wie Schnee. Es wird es heiß, dann kalt, am Ende tut es weh. Amor, Amor, alle wollen nur zusammen. Amor, Amor, am Ende gefangen zwischen deinen Zähnen. Die Liebe ist wildes Tier, sie beißt und krustet nach mir. Mich nur tausend Armen fest, sehr mich in ihr Liebesnest. Friss mich auf mit alten Haar und wirk mich wieder aus ich nach Jahr. Lass mich fallen, weich wie Schnee. Erst wird es heiß, dann kalt, am Ende tut es weh. Amor, Amor, allen wollen nur dich sam. Amor, Amor, am Ende gefangen zwischen deinen Sehnen. Amor, Amor, allen wollen nur dich sam. Amor, Amor, am Ende gefangen zwischen deinen Sehnen. Die Liebe ist ein wildes Tier, sie atmet dich so nah dir. Nistet aufgebrochen, Herzen, Akt bei Kuss und Kerzen. Frisch mich auf mit harten Haar und wirk mich wieder aus nach Jahr. Lass sich fallen, weich wie Schnee. Es wird es heiß, dann kalt, am Ende tut es weh. Amor, Amor, alle wollen nur dich sam. Amor, Amor, am Ende gefangen zwischen deinen Sehnen. Liebe ist ein wildes Tier, in die Falle gehst du ihr, in die Augen starrt sie dir, verzaubert, wenn ihr Blick dich trifft. Halfway tempted to keep redoing it over and over until we do better, but that'd be like 400 takes later. Probably still be bad. Die Liebe ist ein wildes Tier. In die Falle gehst du ihr, in die Augen starrt sie dir, verzaubert, wenn ihr Blick dich trifft. Bitte, bitte, gib mir Gift. 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 Yes. We can all acknowledge how horrible that was. You can at least go to the first link. Like I said, I'll put... Yay, pizza commercial. We're going to Pizza Hut later. Not you. Not you, Domino's. But that does look good. What the fuck were we talking about? I was distracted by pizza. It's kind of loud. Like I said, I'll put these videos in the playlist. But yeah. Well, great. I keep distracting myself with myself. But like I said, the first link will be me trying to pronounce the German words. So you can at least see me doing a better job-ish, comparatively. The singing, I know, is worse. Okay, focus. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps, and I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Till then I walk alone. Ah, 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 ah. I'm walking down the line that divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I walk alone. Read between the lines, what's fucked up and everything's alright. Check my vital signs, know I'm still alive and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone there will find me. Till then I walk alone. Ah, 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 ah. I walk alone, I walk I walk. This music video is pretty awesome. Like I said, it'll be in this playlist. This playlist will be just me failing languages and videos I think are cool. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk my shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Till then I walk alone. It's a really good song. Walk the lonely road that I have ever known. I don't like messing up on the English. I walk this empty. Great. Everyone's like, how are you screwing up on English, which you've heard the song how many times? You have lyrics in front of you. Walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. On an empty street, on this bull. Everyone's like, you keep, like, yeah. We've established I am cringe and a failure. We understand this. I understand. Like, every day is a reminder of this. Okay? I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I walk alone. I'm the dancing demon, watch me twirl and hop and spin. I'm quick to give a smile, but I won't forget your sins. I can't do the whole fakey laughy thing. And most times where I've kept in the comical times where I've laughed a bit myself, but there's some times, well, I've laughed and I had to delete that because I scared myself and I depressed myself. Yes, I'm stupid. Ha 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 ha. The wonders of imagination. Welcome home, dear friend. Oh, how long we've all been waiting. Let's create a masterpiece, breathe life into your dreams. All you gotta do is start up the machine. I'm the product of an artist whose creations bring delight. Upon this somber threshold, imagination comes to life. Just free yourself from reason, soon you'll see in black and white. Call me a seed of evil, what's that mean if I'm conceived within your mind? Leaking from the ceiling, ink is bleeding through the lines. Is that your heart that's beating, or illusion you're alive? Collect what's necessary, keep appeasing the divines. It's me you should be believing, cause he's deceiving you with lies. Holy conniption, has it been 30 years? Or whatever, Mickey Mouse might have been murdered here. Lifeless pikas have learned to fear, kinda reminds me why I quit working here. Why did it come? Let me go home, I should be leaving. Whatever happened, don't wanna know. What are these demons? Guess I'm gonna get stuck here, then I might as well investigate. Secrets are unlocking, but too bad the exiting. Despite this mask of happiness, I drown in dark despair. The world may be your canvas, what you paint on it, beware. The pen is mightier than the sword, has no limitation. Don't refrain, this ink will stain. Nothing can erase us now. Can you describe the face you saw? Could it be one you recognize? We never harm the hand that draws. Imagination cursed us all with life. Shamed and defaced, scathed and disgraced, tainted by hatred, it can't be erased. Creators betrayed us, we've got it on tape. We've written your fate, and it can't be erased. Maybe I should do the non-Nightcore version. I'm trying to harmonize with... Harmonize or not, you need to actually pay attention to what you're doing. I was not always a monster, once I was somebody's muse. Innovation made us stronger, but that power was abused. The machine is thumping and the ink is pumping. Now you need to run because the demon's coming. Really need help, someone send a telegram. I'm surrounded by upside down pentagrams. I don't have a guide, just a little bit of candlelight with an axe that I don't know how to handle right. The little devil darling's on a lot of reels. While he's on one, he cannot be real. Stop the projectors, Bendy's off is real. Gotta feel it, he and Joey got a deal. An unholy bargain, demonic seal, with a master plan that I must reveal. Won't be long till this ink's all congealed upon my body, head, toe all concealed. But a little bit of bleach should do the trick. Never watch another damn cartoon, I quit. Look at you, you're scared of a moving pig. Hey Bendy, how'd you get tutu to fit? I'm blinded by this evil growing. My heart is full of people loathing, with secrets that I keep from showing. I am the wolf in sheepish clothing. Flood the shop with ink a flowing, push it to the brink of blow. We hope you don't think of go, weigh you down to keep from floating. Come with me, we'll bring you joy. You'll be kept from being lonely, kicking, screaming, sinking slow. Give me your soul, it's what you owe me. Shamed and defaced, scathed and disgraced, tainted by hatred, can't be erased. Creators betrayed us, we got it on tape. We've written your fate and it can't be erased. Erased. Watch and swim. Give a smile, but it won't rate your sins. Erased. Okay, so that was me listening to a Nightcore version of that. Though, a lot of times I'll try to harmonize. Again, I know I'm doing a terrible job of said harmonization. But the main point is I try to harmonize with whoever, like when I'm singing the rammstein, I'm trying my best to sound like Till Lindemann. Everyone's like, you're doing a terrible job. I'm like, yes, I understand this. I am well aware. But, it's at least my attempt. Same way with I was trying to sound like the Green Day guy, but the Green Day was a Nightcore version of it, so. What if I do... Can't be erased. And we'll go with a slower version of it. Though, hold on, let me get a few breaths of air. Yes, I'm struggling with trying to get my headset comfy again. Okay. I'm going to try to do the Benny song again, but and again, this will be in the playlist, so you guys can, I don't know, listen to it in a good version, I guess. Yeah, good. I'm the terrible version. This is the good. The good version is going to be the videos that don't contain me. Any video containing Lunar D8 is awful. Ha 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 ha. The wonders of imagination. Welcome home, dear friend. How long we've all been waiting. Let's create a masterpiece. Breathe life into your dreams. All you gotta do is start up the machine. I'm the product of an artist whose creations bring delight. Upon this somber threshold, imagination comes to life. Just free yourself from reason, soon you'll see in black and white. Call me a seed of evil, but what's that mean if I'm conceived within your mind? Leaking from the ceiling, ink is bleeding through the lines. Is that your heart that's beating, or illusion you're alive? Collect what's necessary, keep appeasing the divines. It's me you should be believing, 'cause he's deceiving you with lies. Holy conniption, has been 30 years. It appears Mickey Mouse might have been murdered here. Lifeless pie-cut eyes, I have learned to fear. Kinda reminds me why I quit working here. Why did it come? Let me go home. I should be leaving. Whatever happened? Don't want to know. What are these demons? Guess if I get stuck here, then I might as well investigate. Secrets are unlocking, but too bad the exit. Despite this mask of happiness, I drown in dark despair. The world may be your canvas, what you paint on it, beware. The pen is mightier than the sword, it has no limitation. Don't refrain, this ink will stain, nothing can erase us now. You describe the face you saw. Could it be one you recognize? We'd never harm the hand that draws. Imagination cursed us all with life. Shamed and defaced, scathed and disgraced, tainted by hatred and can't be erased. Creators betrayed us, we've got it on tape. We've written your fate and it can't be erased. Be erased. I was not always a monster, once I was somebody's muse. Innovation made us stronger, but that power was abused. The machine is thumping and the ink is pumping. Now you need to run because the demon's coming. Really need help, someone send a telegram. I'm surrounded by upside down pentagrams. I don't have a guide, just a little bit of candlelight with an axe that I don't know how to handle right. Little devil darling's on a lot of reels. Long as he's on one, he cannot be real. Stop the projectors, Bendy's off is real. Got a feeling he and Joey got a deal. And a holy bark and a demonic sea with a master plan that I must reveal. Won't be long till this ink's all congealed. Upon my body, head to toe, all concealed. But a little bit of bleach should do the trick. I'll never watch another damn cartoon. I quit. Look at you, you're scared of a moving pic. Hey Bendy, how'd you get the tutu to fit? I'm blinded by this evil growing. My heart is full of people loathing, with secrets that I keep from showing. I am the wolf in sheepish clothing. Flood the shop with ink a-flowing. Push it to the brink of blowing. We hope you don't think of going. Weigh you down to keep from floating. Come with me, we'll bring you Joey. You'll be kept from being lonely. Kicking, screaming, sinking slowly. Give your soul, it's what you owe me. Shamed and defaced, scathed and disgraced, tainted by hatred and can't be erased. Creators betrayed us, we've got it on tape. We've written your fate and can't be erased. Okay, let's go and pause that. Let's see what's in the bottom suggestions. Is that Taylor Swift? No, I don't think we should try to sing Taylor Swift. I think I have tried this song before. It's I don't know who does this song. Can I find the lyrics? Finding lyrics. Cracked windshield on your new car? Thank you for all the fucking advertising. Stop trying to make me get YouTube Premium. What was the... Why do I forget the name of a song immediately? You get to hear how the song starts. Okay. And again, this will be in the playlist. The three... Nice. I'll have 3 links in the description. None of them will be... Oh, I think... Yeah? Let me try to... Yeah. So I have 3 links in the description. All will be me. So, of course, those videos will be cringy. But, like I said, any of the videos that don't have me in them, those will be good. Everyone, please stay on your seats. The show will begin momentarily. Behold the horrors, they lurk beneath the shadows of remorse. You wouldn't know, of course, but I force a new judgment day. On this day you will repay your respects to all that may lurk in between your mind and mankind. So have a seat and be afraid. Fear's about to commence the final ritual. One body is all we need for this to be complete. And when the day begins to take form, you won't be leaving those doors. You'll only live with us inside the darkness. As we tear you up inside, I was left behind. All this torture will unwind. I was never all that kind. If you were to rewind, then you would find I was left behind. Take your turn to run and hide. I will catch you all the time. This night no longer shines, your tears divine, you'll now be mine. Behold the terrors, you won't believe what I have done to you. I've made it look brand new, oh how cute, but don't digress. I'm the ringmaster, you see. In this horror game you flee. I take up every shadow, believe me. Now have a seat and grab your light. Tears begin to run you dry, but darkened thoughts are the common ground. I give myself to be complete. Be as it may, our courtesy remains. So we offer you our darkest passion. Take off that blindfold that heals and reveal your soul. It dies, I was left behind. All this torture will unwind. I was never all that kind. If you were to rewind, then you would find was left behind. Take your turn to run and hide. I will catch you all the time. This night no longer shines, your tears divine, you'll now be mine. You dare bring your filth into my lair? Well then, let us descend. Reborn again, our suits are now refined, breathing new life inside our tombs tonight. You have no idea what we've been through, time and time again, done holding on our deadliest demise. We can't keep you alive. All this torture will unwind. Take it from our broken cries. We have no place to go, but you would know. Take your turn to run and flee, but death's your destiny. Stop holding back from me. They burned it all down. They burned us alive. They made us look like clowns. Our souls arise. But like the jester said to the king, there is bad news that I bring. Now let the night begin. All this torture will unwind. I was never all that kind. If you were to rewind, you would find was left behind. Take your turn to run and hide. I will catch you all the time. This night no longer shines. Your tears divine, you'll now be mine. We hope you enjoyed the show. Within your grave down below. Yeah. I can't pause things very well. Let me get more air. Everyone's like, you've made such a long video at this point, and you fail at even paying attention to your own video. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right for me. Probably should end this. But now the point where let's go back to Five Nights at Freddy's songs, which they have lots of them. I think there's one like the Gold song. What's that song called? Is it Can't Be Touched? No, that's Roy Jones Jr. It's a rapper. I remember that being set to an Hajime no Ippo video. I think I even have that one saved in several playlists. It's a really awesome song. But I just can't seem to like get that. It's kind of like the song Revenga by System of a Down. It's just a staccato for that. Or say Korn Coming Undone. Just, what is that song? Great. I know it says Gold. Okay, we'll just type, I know it's a Nightcore version. Nightcore. Told you, nothing is professional here. We'll just type Gold to see what we get. There we go. Just Gold. The song is called Just Gold. Now to look up lyrics. Oh, I got a text message. Let me read that real quick.
I live on the edge of town. The old Biddle House.
Back here it's haunted.
Some sort of... Okay. So a reminder about the... I guess the best way to put it is... Angry Stream 3. Okay, that... Main point is I gotta do that thing for the stricture of my bladder. So that's gonna suck. I was trying to avoid mentioning that, but yeah, just a reminder about the time. It's not really a surgery so much as how about I just not think about that? It's not cool. Did you just struggle to feel to use fucking Google? Yes. But yeah. Like I said, at least it's not a full-on surgery, which I was expecting like it to be a full-on surgery back when they were initially suggesting the stuff about going on a couple years ago. But one, I've put it off as long as I possibly can, and two, at least I'm just doing a much lesser procedure. So there's a difference between doing a full-on surgery that takes like 4 hours as opposed to just having... Like I said, the full-on surgery sounded like a damn horror movie thing. It was like it was going to be 4 hours of me being sedated, at which point they would be cutting open the part of my body between my ball sack and my butthole, pulling out my bladder and some other organs, and just doing reconstructive surgery in there, and then, you know, my bladder and urethra, and then just shoving it back up in me, and then sewing my taint shut, and then I would have to have a catheter in me for like 14 days straight after that, and I would be sedated for like 4 hours for that, for actual surgery involving, you know, lots of cutting and sewing and stitching and stuff, which all that sounds horrible. Really, what I'm still going to do is I'm anxious about. But again, I'd rather not do all this, but again, if I don't, the stricture will just continue to get worse, and then my bladder will just explode and I'll die. So considering my options are do the dilation at least, which at least, you know, should be enough to fix it where I don't have to do the full-on surgery, so yay. On the other hand, you know, like I said, if I don't do anything, then I will die. So that's a negative most people would feel. I mean, unless you hate me, then I guess that's fair. But still going to be sedated for under an hour, but close to an hour. So let's just say 50 minutes. 45. We'll go 45 minutes. So I'll probably be sedated for like 45 minutes, at which point metal tubes will be shoved up my penis to move parts of my bladder around and dilate parts of my bladder and urethra. possibly leaving stents or stuff inside my body, and then I will still have a catheter in me, which I will have to keep that catheter inside of me for at least over 24 hours. Apparently there will also be like a small balloon inflated inside my bladder to keep it there, which at some point I'll be using some sort of needle, which won't be poking me directly, but be poking the tubes to the catheter that, and main point is everything is going to be very uncomfortable, and I hate everything about what I have to do, and I am a bit anxious and worried, and I'm perhaps a bit emotionally upset at having to do all this, because, again, I'd rather not, but at the same time, I'd also rather not. Depressed or not, I value and appreciate my life. So yes, I may have very low self-esteem and a bit of depression and slight insanity, but I still value my life. So, yeah, on the one hand, I don't want to do this stuff. On the other hand, if I don't, then I will die eventually. But hey, we all die eventually. But I just would like to have a reasonable lifespan. You know, at least like my 80s or something. So, but it just, I guess the main point is like, here in Ohio, they're going to be voting to legalize recreational marijuana. I've never smoked marijuana in my life, but I feel like if weed were legal at that time, granted, I don't know if my body would be okay with that at that point. And then again, I don't know if my body would even like marijuana under normal circumstances. Then again, even if marijuana were legal, I'm not going to smoke it. It just, because that would be condoning a drug that may not be okay with a lot of people. Though I don't know if like you go to your doctor at that point, like, hey, family doctor, do you think I can smoke weed? Like, how does that work? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just going to be kind of miserable in it. Like I mentioned, even back when I thought I was going to have to do that full-on fucking 4-hour surgery that sounds like a fucking horror movie, I was like, I'm going to do an angry stream. Like, and that was the whole point. Like, yeah, I'm going to do a stream and you know, actually do live recording videos of me playing video games. And honestly, that's not going to happen. That's probably, like, honestly, I probably won't even connect to the internet for like a couple days after doing this. And it's not like I'm doing the full-on 4-hour surgery with all the, you know, the cutting and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still going to be blood coming out of my penis. And I'm also worried, like, what's going to happen, like, if I start getting an erection with a tube up my penis? And it's like it's going to be all the way in my penis, into my bladder. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this video? We started off with fucking German language being mispronounced. Now we're singing Nightcore and talking about how I'm going to have a tube up my penis. Like I said, all of this falls under the two categories descriptions of what my channel is. 1, cringe. Everything is fucking cringe. 2, it's me talking about whatever my feelings are. And right now my feelings are that I feel nervous and anxious and generally just kind of frustrated with life over having to go through something that I consider to be very unpleasant and would have, on the one hand, preferred to never have to experience ever. But on the other hand, you know, yeah, being in good health and stuff, that's important too. But it's just, at least I scheduled a week off work, used vacation time that I saved up. But at the same time, it's just like, on the one hand, I'll be happy to not be at work for a week and still be getting paid my normal wage, you know. Like, same time, I'd rather be under better circumstances. My current feelings is I am anxious and worried and just generally uncomfortable, frustrated, pissed off. I guess sad, scared, angry, blah blah blah. You guys get. I imagine most people out there would probably have a various range of emotions like I am about this stuff. And granted, there's other stuff on my mind still too. But right now, I guess I'm probably a little bit preoccupied with the fact that I'm going to have several different metal tubes. More than one. I'm going to have more than one metal tube shoved up my penis, the entire length of my penis, into my inner body of abdomen area, where the organs and stuff are. Then again, part of me is just in general, I'm kind of uncomfortable with the idea of like being unconscious by the doctors. I'm like, it's like, man, what if they steal my kidneys? Like, it's a fucking doctor. Like, I'm paranoid, okay? Like, it's a very uncomfortable, like, just surgery stuff. And like, again, this isn't really even considered a full-on surgery. Because, like I said, the thing they originally wanted to do was sound like a fucking horror movie, and that's a full-on fucking surgery. And that was like, I would have needed to use FMLA and use like 6 weeks off work for that. Whereas this, I just use some vacation days. But it's just, I am just very uncomfortable and unhappy about this. Like, this is, then again, I mean, I imagine most people would also feel the same way I do about this. Like, just generally not happy. Like, I feel very not happy about this circumstance. I feel very not happy that I have to go to a hospital. I mean, at least I am being sedated. If sedation was not an option, I would literally just say, screw it. I'll just run the gamble. I mean, heck, they even said there's a chance it may never be a problem in the future, but, also there have been times I've had to go to the emergency room because I couldn't pee. And of course, in that situation, you can't be capped because, it's just sort of like the idea of a stricture. It's closing up the passage in the bladder that lets it connect to the rest of you that pees. So, I mean, hypothetically, I guess in this situation, they probably had to, cut into my abdomen or something. Or, but at that point, if the bladder just explodes, I mean, you can't just stitch an exploded bladder back together. I mean, imagine, like, the appendix isn't as important as the bladder, and, I mean, the appendix is, like, looking at me like, I will fucking kill you. I'm like, please don't explode, appendix. You're still there. Do whatever his appendix is, do. I don't know. Can I shoot lasers? Everyone's like, what the fuck is this? I'm sorry, I'm trying to be lighthearted. And everyone's like, this is not how you, like, ease the tensions of a thing. Like, I guess that explains my general sense of anxiety about everything in life then. Been doing the whole not being anxious thing wrong. Let's go, I should just not. It's like, oh, you know what you should do about depression? Just stop being depressed. Like, that's a great idea. But yeah, just in general, like, I feel very, very, very not happy about having to have multiple different tubes shoved up my penis and have various parts of my bladder and the part of my urethra that connects to my bladder and the parts where other parts of me connect to my bladder being moved by the fucking metal tubes with cameras attached to them and I guess opposable arms. At this point, why don't we just like take a funnel and I just start pouring nanomachines down the hole of my dick? Nanomachines, son! Great, we're playing fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 references now. I'll fucking start hallucinating Senator Armstrong as I'm having tubes up my fucking dick. I'm just saying I'm a bit pissed about this. I'm angry. But yeah, I'm not going to be recording videos at that time. Basically, I'm just going to be like, I don't think I'm even going to connect to the internet for anything. I'm pretty much just going to lay there, drink some Pepsi, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch some Conan the Barbarian or something. Or some sort of movies that are like Jackie Chan. I'll watch some Jackie Chan movies. If I had to keep that catheter in me, I'll have to keep it in there for like 24 hours at least. So I have to keep it in for like over 24 hours, and then it's some sort of weird way to remove it because it's gonna have because it has to stay in there, so it's gonna have a balloon inflated inside my bladder hooked to the catheter. And then I have to do something with a needle to be able to remove the catheter. So I don't think there are proper words to describe how uncomfortable I feel about what I'm going to have to do. I feel very, very agitated. But I feel like any of you, if you were going to have metal tubes shoved up your pee hole into your internal organs, then have parts of your internal organs sort of just adjusted, that makes it sound less painful than it probably will feel afterward. I don't know if I'll even get pain medication after that. I don't know how, because I bet they'll be like, oh, you're just going to have a tube up your dick. That's not. I'll be like, I'm pretty sure my definition of pain differs from you, but I'm pretty sure I'm not comfortable with that in any way. Even if it weren't painful, I still wouldn't be comfortable with it. Because, granted, there are people out there that have to live with freaking catheters in them, and I'm like, that's horrible. How do you cope? I don't want to know, because I don't want to have to focus on that for that long. I'd rather just have it in me for the amount of time I need, for the 24 hours, then have it out of me, and then try my best to forget that ever happened. And just have, also part of me is like, what if my penis doesn't work after that? I'm like, granted, I'm a little bit, because here's the thing. Well, granted, maybe it's just because I have a big-ass fucking gut from being a fat ass. Or maybe it's this fucking spinal injury, spinal tap, meningitis, encephalitis stuff you had in the past. But it's like at one point my dick was 7 inches long. Now, most time, it's 6 inches long. Heck, if I'm sitting like I'm sitting in a metal chair right now, it sort of pulls in a tiny bit, so then it goes down to 5.5. Sometimes I'm as small as 5 inches long. And it bothers me. But then even if I'm standing and not crouching, sitting over, I mean, at best, I'm 6 inches long. It used to be 7. And then what if after this, what if it just doesn't work after, it's just a tube? Everyone's like, you've had a cystoscopy before, which that sucked. I was sedated for 20 or so minutes. Which again, that was a metal tube up my dick with the camera to check for scar tissue stuff. And because apparently my genetics hates me, because the whole reason why a stricture exists inside your bladder is genetics. So it's either genetics or something happened, I fell off a tricycle or something when I was 3 years old or something. Who knows? Main point being is that fuck you genetics. My fucking DNA is a bitch. Fuck you DNA. It's like when your own fucking DNA hates you. Fuck you. Fuck. But yeah, the cystoscopy was it's a camera. And I'll tell you this. I was fucking screaming when I had to pee after that. Because I didn't have to pee for a few hours. And when I peed, I wanted to kill people. It fucking hurt. I don't think you guys understand how much it fucking hurts to pee after that. Imagine the most painful UTI you've ever had and magnify it by 1,000. That's just... Granted, then again, I've never had... aside from mono, which I'm pretty sure 99% of the population has had, I have never had an STD. So, maybe that stuff hurts a lot worse. I'd rather never find out. For the most part, I really haven't had very much in the regard of UTIs, aside from just my, because I assume that was kind of UTI / my urethra kind of being in pain from having a metal tube shoved up it. Plus the fact that, my bladder having strictures that need to have repaired, because again, it makes peeing a little bit more difficult. And where sometimes I'm going to the bathroom, I'm like making Naruto hand signs. Which again, no one can see me doing that, because that would be stupid and embarrassing. But it helps me sort of focus. Like, you like to think about like different muscles to make them do things. There are sometimes I'll be peeing and I'm like, it's not really working, so like I'll move my hands like it's a fucking Naruto fucking hand sign to sort of focus a little bit more on that to then pee correctly. Yes, my organs hate me. Fuck you. Like I said, I wouldn't mind just continuing to do fucking Naruto hand signs for the rest of my life. If that's what I have to do to pee. But it's just, eventually the stricture is expected to get worse. So, hypothetic, and granted, there's been a few times where I went to the ER where it, like I said, thankfully didn't have to become like a surgical issue, but basically my bladder decided, hey, we're not going to pee, and then it's like, well, it's getting bigger. My bladder, not my dick. And it's like, well, so either I pee or my organs explode and I die. And it's like, and that wouldn't be very that wouldn't be a painless way of just saying it's fine, everything is okay, and I am overreacting. I shouldn't be this emotionally bothered or upset or complaining about it. But again, people should be able to talk about their thoughts and feelings, and currently my thoughts or feelings consist of I don't like metal tubes being shoved up my penis. Or the possibility of my internal organs exploding and killing me. I dislike those things. I understand I'm being a bit of a bitch and a baby complaining about that stuff. But it bothers me a lot. Okay, let's just sing the song instead of being a whiny bitch. Oh, wah, wah, they're going to be shoving metal tubes up my penis. Wah, wah, I have to have a rubber hose up my urethra into my bladder, where I'm going to have like whatever, like cellophane, whatever the fuck it's made out of, some sort of plastic. I'm going to have a fucking tube dangling out of my dick that is going to be going up the entire length of my penis into my internal organs that's known as my fucking bladder, with a fucking balloon that is inflated inside my bladder that then somehow I'm going to have to like poke into part of the needle a needle into some part of a tube that isn't connected, that's outside of my penis, that's going to affect some sort of other fluid that's going to deflate the balloon, and then I'm able to pull a fucking balloon, granted a deflated balloon, of some sort of medical thin quality material that's meant for this shit. But the main point is this, I'm still going to have a fucking hose. Granted, at least I'm going to be sedated for it. If I couldn't be sedated for this, I would just ignore this until it fucking kills me. Because there's no way in fucking hell I would do this. Because like I said, the cystoscopy, I was out for like 20 minutes. It's this metal tube up my penis into my... And it basically looked at my bladder, prostate, all that stuff. And... yeah, and I know, normally you get a prostate check from your ass. No. Fucking checking my prostate and all that stuff through my penis. By the way, I'll tell you this. It felt uncomfortable when I woke up from that anesthetic. Uncomfortable may be an understatement, but I'm trying to not be so graphic as to upset people. I'm trying to not be gross. But then later, as I had to go pee, I was literally screaming at the top of my lungs and wanting to punch people in the face. And then, of course, a couple months after that, like I think it was a month or 2 months after that, they wanted to do a live, like, X-ray thing with some sort of fluid that can be seen by X-rays, to where they're like, oh, and the doctor's like, oh, you don't need any anesthetic for this, and I didn't even have any painkiller, not even fucking Tylenol or shit. And it's just like, oh, we're just going to take this little tiny, very thin catheter up your penis a little bit, and we're just going to pump a fluid up, the way that's in the opposite direction that the river normally flows. And so we can see it in real time on the X-ray machine what happens to the flow of the fluids that are being pumped up your penis into your bladder and into the rest of your body. I will tell you this. The doctor was like, oh, it's going to be painless. You'll barely even feel it. You won't even notice. Fucking bullshit. I noticed. There was nothing. I wasn't, like, at that point, it was the only thing I was fucking noticing. It was taking every last bit of self-control not to just punch the doctor in the face. And again, I understand. He's trying to help me. The whole point of the phone call. I'm going to mute that. It's important to leave a voicemail. But it's just... He's like, oh, it's painless. It's like, you won't... He's like, you won't even notice. It's a very small little tube. You won't even notice it. First off, I'll tell you this. You absolutely feel a tube. It's like, oh, it's a very thin catheter. It's just like it's smaller than normal catheters meant for actual peeing. So that's another thing. That means when I have the actual fucking full-on catheter after this little procedure, that's gonna be the bigger one, and it's gonna be in me for over 24 hours straight. I'm just gonna wake up with a fucking... I'm trying to think of some sort of lighthearted euphemism to describe it as, and nothing's going to mind because there is nothing lighthearted about this. I'm going to have a fucking tube all the way up in my penis and dangling out of it, and it's going to be like strapped to like a bag hooked to my leg, and I'm going to have to like walk awkwardly as my penis moves back and forth with fucking rubber hose shoved up my cock. Again, at least it's not the full-on fucking 4-hour-long surgery they want to do. That sounds like the fucking thing from a Hellraiser movie. For fucking Nightmare on Elm Street bullshit. Then again, Freddy Krueger and fucking Pinhead are looking at me like, dude, don't bring us into this. It's like, that shit sounds scary. I'm like, Freddy Krueger, are you crying? What? How does that... Didn't your tear ducts get burnt out? How are you crying? Pinhead, why are you in the fetal position? Jason Voorhees, is that an ice cream cone? And then we have Tobin Bell, fucking John Kramer walk by with some Taco Bell dancing to the song, staying alive, staying alive. Maybe I'll try that song again. Everyone's like, what the fuck are we staying focused on? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want to stay focused on the fucking tube up my dick. But I'm just saying, this doctor was like, oh, it's going to be painless. Puts a little tube up there, and I'll tell you this. One, you feel that. You fucking notice that, okay? You notice that. And then, as much as you think you already noticed that, you can't notice it anymore, when a fluid is then being pumped up your penis in the wrong direction, allow me to very clearly set the record straight on this. That fucking hurts. It hurts a lot. Your first instinct is you want to punch everyone around you. It hurts. It is painful. Granted, they got the fucking footage they needed. They like, oh yeah. I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign when a doctor just points right at your fucking live whatever X-ray, like whatever you call it. But it's like where they're like looking at the fluid. Like you're looking at a live picture of a fluid going up your internal organs on a fucking screen. And he's like, oh, right there, that's the problem. You see that part of your bladder right there? That's the problem right there. We're seeing the fluid. Like, yes, I fucking feel that. It hurts. It's like the tube itself hurt. The fluid going up the wrong way. But I'll tell you this. Seeing the fluid in real time hit the part of my bladder that doesn't like letting fluid through, I didn't need the fucking picture to let me know that was what was happening. I could fucking feel it. Just saying. When we see the live picture of part of my bladder that has got the stricture and the fluid is struggling to get through that, I don't need the fucking Channel 10 News exclusive for me to understand that's what's happening. I am having neurons inside my body telling me that's occurring. And I'm having like an inner monologue via chemical messages in my body saying, what the fuck do you want me to do about it, bladder? I can't control things on a molecular level. I'm not fucking Deadpool. Point being, that was uncomfortable. I did not enjoy that. And granted, at least I'm going to be under anesthetic. No, granted, I'm not going to dislike. I'm not like, I understand the point of the IVs and stuff. I'll tell you this: I've had so many fucking needles poked into me. Heck, I'll still say this: my least favorite needle was the fucking spinal tap. And I remember that time, like I was having swelling of the brain and meningitis and encephalitis, and everything was fucking trying to kill me. But here's the thing: you tell me, oh, don't move too much, or else my back's gonna paralyze you. I'm like, I am collapsing. I'm using all my fucking strength to hold myself onto this fucking metal railing. One, it fucking hurts. There's a needle in my spine. You are putting a fucking pointy piece of metal into the bone of my back, and you are draining fluids from my spinal column. This hurts. I feel very uncomfortable with this. Just from pain alone, I want to move. But then there's the fact, the reason why you're doing this is because I'm in a bad situation, because my body is kind of wanting to die, and so I kind of don't have that much energy or strength at the moment. So I'm holding on to this fucking metal bar, and I'm like, I'm using all my strength to keep myself up. So one, I'm using a lot of force of will to not move in response to the fucking needle in my spine. But then there's the fact that I do not have the physical strength to keep myself up at that point, because, let's be clear, when I checked myself into the hospital, it wasn't like 20 minutes later that, I needed someone to, pull down my pants, so at least my fucking, I could still pee just fine at that point. But it's just, I didn't have the strength to, walk. So like you're expecting, I'm trying to hold myself, and I'm falling over. You need to fucking hold me in place. I'm like one, I could still fucking move to fight, to move, I'm not very well coordinated, but it's like, it's one thing to have the self-control to not start swinging to responses of pain, whether it's tubes being shoved up your dick or a fucking needle in your spine. But it's also the fact that I'm collapsing and you need to hold me in fucking place because I'm not physically strong to hold myself at that point with a fucking spine needle. But at least these things are years apart. See, spine needle thing was probably what? I don't know, 7, 8 years ago or something? I don't remember. And cystoscopy and that stuff, I think it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, I think both of them were 2 years ago, separated about 1 or 2 months from each other. The thing with the little catheter being fluid, radioactive, I'm just gonna pump fucking plutonium up your penis. No, it's, like I said, it's harmless dye stuff. It's some sort of fluid it's an X-ray can see it. It's the same kind of stuff they use, say if you do a CAT scan or something, they put it in you, but of course, I think it's a similar idea. I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but of course in that situation they're pumping in via IV, whereas this it's a tube up my penis. I mean, and here's the thing: in general, I don't like needles. I don't like IVs. The whole time I look at the IV in my arm, like you guys ever see a piece of cardboard, a piece of wet cardboard being cut by a dull safety knife? How it just sort of tears apart rather than a clean cut. I'm always looking at the fucking IV in my arm, imagining that my arm's just going to start splitting apart like that. And everyone's like, great, now you've given us all a phobia. I'm like, if I have to fucking think about that, so will all of you. But main point being is this: at least between the IV and whatever stuff they use to knock you out, at least I will be asleep, hopefully, for it. And not wake up in the middle of the procedure or anything and just be paralyzed and be in horrible pain. Then again, some people have just made the suggestion that maybe you're always aware during surgeries, and all the thing that the anesthetic does is make you not remember. And I'm like, that's fucking terrifying, but at least I won't remember being fucking terrified and horrible pain. Then again, to be fair, I mean, I wouldn't want to remember, but still, I'd rather not experience it at all. Because at least the me that's, present during the circumstance is not going to be happy. Hell, the me that's just thinking about it is not happy. And again, I know I'm being a bitch about this. I shouldn't be bothered by this. Most people will be like, whatever. It's a tube up the penis and a fucking, metal stuff inside your internal organs. Most people wouldn't care. I'm sorry. I'm a baby about it. I don't like being poked with needles. I don't like having IVs in me. I don't like having things adjusting my internal organs. I don't like having metal tubes shoved up my pee hole. And I don't like the idea of having to have a fucking fire hose dangling out of my cock for more than a day. Or at all. Even if it was like, oh, we're just going to have this up here for 30 seconds. Not okay with that. It's, one, the whole, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be in pain. And then there's the fact that, one, my organs, from fixing the stricture in my blood, and again, at least they're not doing full-on surgery version of this. But still, this is going to have parts of my internal organs that are probably going to be a bit uncomfortable with this afterward. Granted, again, the surgery version would probably, hurt more. But at the same time, they'd probably give me a lot of very strong painkillers to take after that. Everyone's like, wouldn't you get addicted to it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had anything aside from while being knocked out unconscious, at a doctor's office. I don't think I've ever had anything stronger in me than Vicodin that I can remember. So aside from actually in a doctor's office, I've never had anything stronger than a Vicodin. I will tell you this. I've had kidney stones before, too. That sucked. But tube up the penis hurts more. But it's I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be in pain just from, the whole metal tube up. But, of course, not only is my insides going to be a little bit sad from having a metal tube being shoved back and forth up inside, my urethra with Senator Armstrong dancing inside my bladder with fucking nanomachines. We're also going to have the fact that I'm going to have a rubber tube still going through the entire length of my cock with a balloon attached to the other end, inflated inside my bladder. I imagine some of my other organs around it might become inflamed from irritation. It's just that's going to hurt. And then there's the whole process of removing the catheter. While I will want very much to remove the catheter when the time comes, I feel like it's going to be very uncomfortable and painful. And then I'm going to be uncomfortable after it's out. And then especially the first few times I pee after that, I imagine will be horrifically painful. And I will be screaming. Again, I know I'm being a fucking bitch about this, and most people wouldn't be bothered by this at all. The average person would be completely okay with this. But I'm a baby about this, okay? I don't like, having a tube up my penis. I'm not okay with that. I'm very uncomfortable with that. I'm very angry at it. It's going to hurt. I don't like pain. But yeah, I just needed to talk about that. I'm sorry. Everyone's like, yeah, you ruined the fucking German cringe video. With oh no, there's a person singing German very badly. As opposed to now it's a person being just a whiny bitch complaining about, wah, wah, I'm going to have metal tube shoved up my penis and it makes me feel scared and sad and I'm worried it's going to hurt a lot because I know it will and it's going to be very painful and I'm not going to like that. And I'm just not, I'm very upset at it. And I know I know most people, a normal person wouldn't consider it a big deal. But it bothers me, okay? It's a big deal to me. Okay, let's just sing a song. Right, I had lyrics on my phone. Let's pull that up so I know what I'm saying. By the way, both the people in this picture are really sexy. Time for the main attraction. The story must be told. Time for a chain reaction. It never gets old. Some bots get satisfaction breaking the mold. Some bots are just distractions. Some bots are just gold. Ha 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 ha. Wow, fuck you. Bots are just distractions. Some bots are just gold. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just a bit surprising. It's not worth losing sleep. It's not worth analyzing. There was a time not so long ago at all. I was just like you. Can you hear my call? Now I'm popping in over here, over there. I'll be checking in, but you'll never be aware. In the beginning, I kept a keen eye. State of affairs with the new guy. Now I got a new gig. Let me know if you did. I ain't going home, so I better go big. Just got a chance and glam to be. Claim to a surprise, it's me. Say that I'm breaking your mind. In my opinion, you're much too kind. Time for the main attraction. The story must be told. Time for a chain reaction. It never gets old. Some bots get satisfaction breaking the mold. Some bots are just distractions. Some bots are just gold. You did a good job watching those little screens. It warms my servos and circuits. Here's some fresh screams. But don't get me wrong, you were very brave. When faced with friendly singing animals, you never caved. I'm finished training, done explain. No more facts are left remaining. Now you get the gist of it, you're a perfect fit. I don't want to hear no more complaining. Passing down this golden opportunity, eternal scrapyard immunity. Take it with pride and enjoy the ride. You'll forever be a part of this community. Say that it's all in your mind. But in the end, I think you will find you are the main attraction. The story must be told. You are a chain reaction that never gets old. Some bots get satisfaction breaking the mold. Some bots are just distraction. Some bots are just gold. You are the main attraction. Your story must be told. You are a chain reaction that never gets old. Some bots get satisfaction breaking the mold. Some bots are just distractions. Some bots are just gold. And I will probably try to remember these songs so I can put them in the playlist later. I'm gonna probably take a shower. Anyway, yeah, I hope everyone out there had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope everyone out there has all the hugs and head bats you ever want. And honestly, if anyone actually bothered to sit there and listen through this video, thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know why you listen to the crazy rambling guy, but thanks for hanging out with me.